Hi everyone, this is Dylan again from Dylan's Reptile Time. Hope everyone's still doing okay. We're going to have a look at another animal today. It's not a reptile, it's a creepy crawly, and it's not everyone's favourite creepy crawly. My wife hates these guys. Your mum and dad probably don't like them as well. It's a spider. So this is Rosie. Now Rosie here is a Chile rose tarantula from South America, from Chile, Argentina, places like that. And they're not insects, they're a group of invertebrates called arachnids. Now arachnids have got 4 pairs of legs, like 8 legs, so spiders and scorpions got 8 legs. Insects usually have 3 pairs of legs, like 6 legs. If you count Rosie's legs though, it does look like she's got 10 legs. They've got 2 at the front there, they're not actually legs, they just use them to pull insects into their mouth with. And as well as 8 legs, they've got 48 knees. Yeah, so they've got 6 knees on each leg. So when they go skateboarding, they need 48 of those knee protectors. It's a right nightmare, I tell you. And as well as 8 legs and 48 knees, they've also got 8 eyes on the top of their head. And even though they've got 8 eyes, their eyesight isn't the greatest. So they mainly rely on their touch rather than their eyesight. And if you have a look at her, she's covered in hairs like a lot of tarantulas. And what they can do when they're scared or they feel threatened, they can flick those hairs off their bottom, their abdomen there, into the air. And if you get them in your eye, it's really itchy. And they can cause temporary blindness in some animals as well. So it's a really good defense that the spider has, or the tarantula has, to protect itself from being eaten. If you look at those hairs under a microscope, they're all kind of jagged like that, really sharp, so really itchy if they get into your eyes. And there's about 40,000 different species of spider around the world, if not more. The biggest of which is the Goliath bird-eating spider. They're so big, they're bigger than my hands. And they're so big, they eat birds. Like not ostriches and things like that, just like small birds. And when spiders grow, they climb out of it's what's called their exoskeleton. Pretty much means they've got their skeleton on the outside of their body. They climb out of their exoskeleton and they leave behind a kind of copy of themselves. Look at that. So they climb upside down, look like they're dead, and they crawl out of their old skin and leave behind a copy. So it's kind of like you when you get too big for your jumper, you get a bigger jumper. So that's kind of what the spider does, just leaves behind its smaller jumper. Now most spiders, when they catch their prey, they make a web, don't they? Really beautiful spider's web. They produce silk from their abdomen here, sticky silk, creates a spider's web. They catch flies, insects, things like that. What Rosie tends to do, what most tarantulas do, they kind of hide in the ground like this. They wait for little insects to walk past, and when it's really, really quiet, they just go bam out, jump out, grab the insect and inject venom into their prey. Now this one's got quite mild venom. To a little insect it'd be deadly, but to us it's not too bad. Some spiders though have got really powerful venom. And 2 of the most venomous spiders in the world, you've got the funnel web and the redback spider, you've also from Australia, you've got the black widow from America, and they've got really powerful venom. And they have been known to kill people. So yeah, if you see a spider outside, maybe not in this country, but if you see one in Australia at least, don't pick it up because it might bite you. And when they catch their prey, they inject their venom and they kind of liquefy the body and then slurp up the insides. Let's just have a drink here. Ah, cheers. Yeah, so it's really pretty gross. And when they're born, well, when they have eggs basically. So they have about 50 to 200 eggs. So the mummy spider creates like an egg sac that they all kind of keep inside the egg sac, and she'll like stay with the egg sac and look after them. And then all these little spiders will just hatch out and just run around everywhere. And spiders like this, spiders generally only live a couple of years. Rosie here can live up to like 20 years. That's really quite a long time. Now, Jess wanted to know, do spiders swim? Now, generally spiders don't swim, but some spiders have been known to kind of, some spiders are quite light. They can run across the surface of the water. Some lie in wait by the edge of water, in shallow water, can actually dive in and catch their prey. And there's one called the diving bell spider or water spider that actually produces this air sac around its abdomen there and can kind of survive underwater for long periods. It pretty much lives underwater. Now I'm just going to show you one more thing that Rosie can do before I put her back. So they've got like loads of little tiny hairs, like hook-like hairs on the bottom of their feet, which allows them to walk up walls and sweaty tops and things like that. So we're going to have a look on my top. You ready?
Spider-Man, Spider-Man, does whatever a spider can. Spins a web any size, catches thieves just like flies.
So that was Rosie the tarantula. Pretty cool, huh? So we'll put Rosie back. Right, so I hope you enjoyed that, and we'll be back soon with another animal for you. Cheers.